Hi guys, welcome to Rossi Audio. I wanted to make a video about this guy, or this girl, or whatever we want to call her. One of the very first folded horn that Cerwin Vega ever made, even prior to what I call their catalog models. The models that they sold through dealerships and made catalogs on. This is even before the L36JE, and it is based on a model that was somewhat the first portable horn that was made by Cerwin Vega, that they put on a dolly with an amplifier and power supply. And they had a power supply in the bottom with batteries, and they had an amplifier on top, and someone was pushing a dolly. I have posted a picture of it. This model is based on that one. This one is somewhere between the mid 60s and early 71. A little bit hard to date it because there's not too much information or data on them. I believe there was either a 189L or a 189CF driver used in these, and maybe even a 188EB. So either one of those three was used in this model. I have refurbished it. I posted pictures along the way. And what I have done is, of course, I put new coat on it. I sanded it down, 100% sanding down to the fiberglass. Took off all the paint. Recoated it with Duratex. I rewired it inside, put new wires inside of it. Put new wheels on it. I kept the old rubber feet. I kept the old handles. My intention was not to make this one 100% damage free. I wanted it to show age. I wanted it to show what kind of life it has lived. So it's not like it's coming out of the factory. It shows that it has been used, and that is important to me because I wanted to tell some kind of a history behind its 40-50 years of existence. So that was important to me. I could have made it look, I could have filled in all the cracks and the bumps and the nicks and all that stuff, but I didn't want to do that. And I could have changed the quarter jack plug on it, because it's a very simple quarter jack plug on it, very old one. I could have changed that to another speaker connection type of thing, but I didn't want to do that. I want to keep it original as possible. That's why I have decided I'm not going to put any logo on it, because the logo that I have is from the 70s and 80s, so it wouldn't fit the time frame on this subwoofer. The only thing that I have put on it that is not from the time frame is the casters, the wheels. But I had to put wheels on it, and they fit in the original holes. So I had to buy new wheels, but that's okay. Because you can't lug this one around without wheels, because when you put the woofer in here, it's going to be heavy. I haven't put the woofer in here yet. That's the only thing that is left to do now, is put the woofer in. So I am looking for either a 189L, 189CF, or a 188EB. Either one of those three can go in here. I would prefer a 189L or a 189CF. One of those two I would prefer. But I would be okay with a 188EB. So, what is the difference between this one and the models that came after? Well, first of all, it's upside down, as the other one that I showed you. And it's upside down just like the one on the dolly. And it's upside down just like the B36 that I have, that I came from the same thing. The history behind this one is the guy that I bought it from had a nightclub slash bar, and he bought it from a rental company in Atlanta in 1984, and they had it for, I think he said, close to 16 years in their rental lineup. So it is, with that pedigree, I for sure can date it back to the late 70s, and with the design, it must have been somewhat a custom model. This was built by the factory when Cerwin Vega was still very small. We have to remember that Cerwin Vega didn't explode or become big before in the 80s. So in the 60s, there were only like 8 to 12 people working at Cerwin Vega. And in the 70s, there were maybe like maximum 45 people working at Cerwin Vega. So they were not big. So these were somewhat a custom build, and not sold by dealers at all. Cerwin Vega really didn't take on dealers until late 70s and mid 70s to late 70s. That's when they started really pumping out things to dealers. In the 60s, there were not much dealers. So, what can I say? I'm satisfied with the end result. Duratex looks really good on this model. Does it have some signs of age? Yes, and I kept it that way for a reason. I wanted it to show history. I wanted to show some kind of a telltale sign that it is old. I didn't want to make it 100% nice. I wanted it to show that what it had been through, the battles, the scars, all that stuff. I can turn it around a little bit. Here you see the new casters that I put on. I kept the old handles. Someone had painted the handles in the past. They're flaking off a little bit because you can see the old yellowish, copper tone-ish color coming through. Right here, you have the single quarter jack input. Very simple thing. I took a picture of it and sent it to a friend of mine who's a guitar freak, and he dated that plug to about mid 60s to late 60s, 65 to 69 he said, because sometime in the 1970s, 71 they came out with new quarter jack plugs. So I'll get a woofer in here, and I don't know what to do with it. Either I'm going to keep it as a collection piece, or I might sell it. I don't know yet. But if it goes up for sale, trust me, it will not be cheap, because this one you will not see many of. So until next time, take care.